Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sallie, joined by my co-host, Katie. We're identical twin sisters. We invite you to join us as we investigate our similarities and differences in all things life has to offer. Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. This is your host, Sallie.
And I'm your other host, Katie.
Welcome in, everyone. We're going to have a nice, fun, light episode today.
Yes.
I kind of forget what I even thought the subject was going to be, honestly. Let me think.
I think we're just overdue for something light.
Overdue for something light and fun. And I was just thinking the other day, actually today.
Mhm.
You reminded me. It was today. It wasn't the other day. It was today. That you are coming up on an anniversary here very shortly.
Yes, I am.
With her quote-unquote partner.
He was always like, why do you call me your partner?
No, Mom was like that too. She's like, why doesn't she just like say his name or boyfriend or like man friend? I don't know.
I think partner sounds stronger than boyfriend. You know, like he's
But
my
like
partner.
you could also I think he gave you permission to use his name because he said he wanted to be on the pod. The other day when I was recording Friday feedback, he's like, Sal, do you need me in there?
Oh, well, I will. You know what? We're coming up on a year at the end of this month. We're going to St. Augustine next weekend to celebrate.
Whoop, whoop.
And maybe after that, I'll just start using his name. I think one
my
year is like solidifying. I can utilize his name.
Yes. Okay.
And,
I think that's fair.
But this relationship has been. I've made it progress. I think slower than it needed to. But he didn't meet my son for 6 months. He didn't meet Sallie. I mean. He actually met you.
He didn't get to know me.
He didn't get to know you.
He still doesn't get to. Oh, you barely let us hang out.
Well,
she's very protective over him.
But you know what? I feel like now that we've reached this milestone, I'll be more open about it.
Okay, because don't believe everything you hear. I was about to say his name. She's a liar.
No.
But yeah, he's been through it with you for a year, so I guess he likes you. I guess he's here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I was thinking a year's a pretty big milestone, right? Like
I have such a big fear of commitment. I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah, but you used to always say you don't know someone until the 3-year mark.
I think it went by so fast. I think we have a ton we have to still get to know about each other.
But do you think there's a difference because you were friends first? Like you were coworkers.
We were coworkers, but we definitely weren't friends.
Like you didn't know each other.
I knew what I saw of him at work, which to me is like kind of a different version of him. You know?
Yeah. Interesting. So I think with this anniversary, we're going to get Katie real uncomfortable and we're going to ask some tough questions.
Okay. Should I take a drink for this?
Probably.
Okay. Sallie made me a drink. It's a Kristen Cavallari drink, and it's tequila, club soda, lime, and jalapeno.
Yeah, it's so good.
And she's already drank one. So
me and Adam were like, this is the drink of the summer because it's like light, refreshing, and
like you said, like 90 calories.
Yeah, like tequila it's like the lowest calorie alcohol you can drink.
Wow. Thank you, Kristen.
Yeah, you're amazing. We aspire to have your body. But anyway, or is that just me?
I love Kristen's body. Yeah. I'm like obsessed with her and I think she's phenomenal. I don't have it in me to necessarily want to have the lifestyle that would get me to that body type.
Yes, right.
But
yeah, like I don't want to.
But I think that she looks
banging,
amazing.
Yeah, her boobs are out of this world.
Oh, I just love her.
Yeah. But anyway, there's that. We love Kristen Cavallari, and so anyway, 1-year mark. Do you ever think about like marriage again? Like you've been divorced, you've gone through it. Bachelorette parties. I mean, it's a lot. Bridal shower. Like, I mean, is this the route you guys are like? Do you think about that stuff, or does it totally never cross your mind?
No, I think it'd be unusual for it not to cross my mind. That would be because per society's norm, that's where serious relationships typically lead.
Yeah, but even if you got married again, would you have a bachelorette party? Because they're like the worst.
You know what? I would have several parties. I'm down to party whenever, like.
Would you just not put a name on it?
Probably.
Like you'd be like, this is the
Let's just all go party, or let's all go on vacation.
Can we talk about, like, debatable topic? Is a bachelorette party a good idea?
Okay, so
Because to me, I'm like, hell no. Like, don't do it.
I would never do it in the way I have done it, and because almost putting the label bachelorette party on it makes it a shit show.
Okay.
Somehow.
But, like, have you ever been to a good one?
I've been to
one.
I have been to good bachelorette parties, but like most are shit shows. And the one really, what I think you're thinking of, like,
No, I have a couple.
oh, wait,
I have a couple.
Okay, that wasn't, and I was actually thinking about one that wasn't actually a bachelorette party. It was actually just a girls' trip.
Oh no,
that was the good one.
Wait, what is that?
And I was like, oh, that was really, really good. And then I realized that wasn't a bachelorette party. That was just a girls' trip.
Girls' trip. Which one was that?
The Joshua Tree.
Oh, that was. So
and I was gonna say, we still broke the house. Like the sliding door came off the building. Like we didn't have a sliding door to close at night.
Yeah. So I think bachelorette parties, I don't know, like whenever I see somebody has a bachelorette party, because like, you'll see friends that are younger on Facebook and they're like, bachelorette party weekend, and the pictures are really cute, but then you're just like, what was the drama behind the scenes?
I think that the pictures are like so cute all the time, but like I've also been to so many bachelorette parties. I know that couldn't have happened without some drama, but that's not true, because again, I have been to 2 bachelorette parties that were smaller groups.
Was I with you
for one of them?
Okay, I've been to one that I liked.
Oh, why the balloons just popped up behind me? I don't know what Apple's doing. But I went to one that was one of our best friends, and it was like the best bachelorette party ever. We all got along, and we became all really good friends. And that one, I think the drama was like Sallie almost breaking her nose in the elevator.
No, or like I think we're stressed about money. Like there was a couple that we were really stressed about money, and it was like a very expensive party.
Yeah, totally.
Like in your 20s, you have no money,
and you're expected to pay.
That's always so much drama.
But that is also so stressful, because I remember how much money we were paying. All of our friends were getting married around the same time, and you think about how much money you spend on a dress and on all the parties and on the travel, and like if you're solely funding this yourself, I didn't have the means. Like that was credit card.
So yeah, like that was debatable topic. Can you deny that? Because I saw that. Shoot, there was something really funny the other day, and it was like, oh crap! It was an SNL skit, but basically joining a cult was being asked to join a bachelorette party, like to be part of the bridal party.
Yeah,
and they're like, it seemed so nice at first. Like it started with a gift box, and then it they asked me to join this, and then it became like, I need to go to the bridal shower, I need to go to the dress fitting, I need to go to the bachelorette party, I need to spend money on this. And I'm like, what's the debatable topic here? Because now we're older at 35. I say it's totally acceptable to say, you know what, I just can't do
now it. Everybody has excuses. Like now it's like, you obviously can't travel because there's a big deadline at work, or you have children, or because you're whatever.
I think you just have a backbone.
Literally, like now you can say no. I don't know. At this point in my life, I would never expect anybody to show up anywhere. Like I would be like, I want to have a fun time with you. I'm going to go here. I'm planning to go here. And that would be it. Like it'd be like zero pressure if you show up. If you show up.
Also, it's different too, because I feel like back then it was like expected, like you're going to pay for the bride and all the things she wants, right?
Right.
Now you like have a good job, and you'd be like, if you want to come have a fun weekend, let's just all have a fun weekend.
Totally.
Like, and take care of ourselves.
Yeah. And like, it would just be so different.
There's a lot of funny things we could talk about with this.
There is a lot of funny things. What is the worst thing what is the most ridiculous thing that you've ever experienced at a bachelor party?
Oh my God.
Bachelorette party.
Seriously? Oh my God. This is hard because sometimes it's me.
No, I think that you have been
This is so embarrassing. But
wild.
No, if you've seen the movie Bridesmaids and Kristen Wiig's personality when her best friend gets married. I've been Kristen Wiig.
Oh, totally. Were you just like so jealous?
I had a best friend in high school. I know she doesn't listen to this, so I can tell you. But I had a best friend in high school, and she got married. We were best friends. Like, you know, like that best friend that you have? Anyway, we went to different colleges. We kind of grew apart, but we were still in each other's weddings because, like, we still have love for each other. Anyway, the weekend of her bachelorette party was me realizing, like, we don't really, like, have the relationship we used to have anymore.
And yeah.
And if you've seen Bridesmaids and you've seen Kristen Wiig's character when like Helen becomes closer to their best friend than she is,
Yeah.
it is so terribly embarrassing. I hate even admitting this about myself.
But that's the thing is that type of bachelorette party
It brings out the worst in you.
that wouldn't even happen now. Like that's
No,
the
because
result of us being young.
That's like when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Like literally the whole weekend, I was just like mourning. It was so sad. Somebody gave me something that was like not good to eat either, and I got like really.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can because it was so long ago.
Sallie,
I was in my 20s.
Okay, Sallie.
This is way
Can
long
I really
ago.
Say it?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay, Sallie ate a Rice Krispie treat that had something special in it, and you know when you eat an edible, you're supposed to eat like a little piece of it. Sallie ate it like it was like food, like you eat the whole Rice Krispie treat.
Because I wasn't experienced with this.
Who doesn't eat a whole Rice Krispie treat, right?
Also, like, I was just dumb, and I was sad. I was so sad that weekend.
She was like, okay, anyways. So then I come downstairs where she's laying on a bed. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Get Out, but they described the sunken place or something. Sallie was in the sunken place. Like she literally thought that like the bed sheets were like flowers around her and she couldn't move. She couldn't get up.
Yeah.
And so
I was sunken.
That whole
it's so sad
evening, I just was doing damage control to like explain to these other women like she's not a fucked up human being.
No. I don't even think that they knew. Like even the bride, like the next day I felt so guilty because I was like, I literally just like went to bed. Like that's what it looked like. It looked like I like just went to bed, went to sleep really early, which isn't uncommon for like
for you.
Like sometimes I just like kind of dip out.
Yeah.
That's very common. As a parent, that's very common. But like back then,
some of the funniest Bachelorette stories we can't even tell on this podcast. But I'm thinking about the one that we went to with our other friend.
What?
The one that was essentially ruined.
No, we can tell that.
We can't tell it.
Okay, so anyway,
we can't.
So I was in the sunken place that time. It was terrible. The next day I felt so guilty, but I don't think anyone knew I was so sunken. They just thought like I drank too much and went to bed.
I knew.
And one of our other best friends knew because she gave me the edible or whatever.
The Rice Krispie treat.
So then I went to bed in the sunken place and I was just mourning the loss of my friend. It was very sad. So that's embarrassing. But the funny thing is, do you remember my bachelorette party?
Yeah.
Okay, so my bachelorette party, I was like trying to be on my best behavior because we had family.
Something about it being yours, I was trying to be on my best behavior at mine as well.
Really?
Yeah, so that's so bizarre. Maybe
weird.
it's like it's a weird complex you have.
I think also too, you're like marrying into a family, and like to me, like some of his family members were really well behaved. I thought.
Oh, yours? Yours.
Yes. And I was like, I don't want to make a mess in front of like my husband's family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to like.
I did it.
So which is so silly.
I chose to make
which
a mess.
Is so silly though, because now looking back, I'm like, that's not even like a big deal. Like you should have whoever you can be yourself around with. Like in your 30s, you'd be different than in your 20s. But in my 20s, I was like, guys, you have to be well behaved because his family's going to judge us or something like that, which is actually crazy.
Everybody at yours was like, Katie's friends are giving people drugs. And I was like,
no,
not giving people drugs.
I remember like being like, guys, you have to be on your best behavior. So all of my friends, and actually I made all my friends from high school and college bond together because they were like, let's do this in secret together and Sallie won't see or whatever. But you guys were all doing inappropriate things.
I wasn't. I didn't do anything inappropriate.
Because you were so drunk, you literally threw up and went to bed. Katie, that was when Katie, what I mourned at my friend's bachelor party. That's what you did at my wedding.
I do have to say,
Katie
though,
mourned when I got
Sallie's
married.
Wisconsin friends drink so well that I can't keep up with them. Like,
no, that's just Midwest in general.
I just can't. I'm sorry, I just can't. I tried, I couldn't do it. That's where I
Oh my God, Katie, she booked a ghost tour for us because I love this kind of stuff, right? She booked a ghost tour. This is so embarrassing to admit. In St. Augustine, which you're going to for your 1-year anniversary. So I hope you have a better ghost tour this time around.
Mm-hmm.
But she booked a ghost tour. We were so into it. And then all of a sudden, Katie started questioning the ghost tour guide and being like, this doesn't seem valid. This doesn't seem real. This doesn't seem. And I'm like, what's going on with Katie? And she just had a little bit too much to drink and turned into a humongous bitch. And like now I'm like, that's so rude.
It was the product of being young and stupid and drinking too much and not being able to keep up with Sally's friends that could hold a lot more liquor than I could. But I basically interrogated the ghost tour host, and then to the point where she was like, this is just a summer job for me. I don't know about this. Like
literally we had to make it up to her, and I was like, do you want to come and drink with us afterward? And she was like, yes. Like she was like, that girl's crazy. And I'm like, that's my identical twin sister. She booked it.
Yeah.
Also, somebody ended up coming home with like an EMF meter.
Yeah.
Like worst bachelorette crew ever.
Also,
but honestly,
did we both throw up on the Uber? Because we'll never live
that
down.
Kara, okay. I have a best friend, and to this day, she's like, my Uber score is still at a 3 from your sister.
But our other friend took you home, and she was upset about it too.
She's never said it to my face.
She said it to me. She said she also doesn't. We don't think she listens to this podcast, so
we can say
we know, Brittany, how you feel.
Brittany, do you hear this?
We know that Sally threw up in your Uber.
Devin's her husband. Devin, can you tell Brittany
that we know
I've ruined her Uber score?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'll make it up to her someday.
Anyways, the point is, bachelorette parties when you're in your 20s are a lot different than I assume bachelorette parties are.
I think they're probably so much better now.
So my friend got married. I mean, this was like only a couple years ago. Maybe it was 3 years ago now. But she's in her 30s, and it was so chill. It was like the most chill bachelorette party ever. Like we went horseback riding.
You know what should happen? Yeah. You should get married, and then like 5 years later, you should have a bachelorette party to celebrate being married.
But then it's not a bachelorette.
Oh yeah, that's right. You should have like a girls' trip.
You can have a girls' trip whenever you want.
Yeah.
Once you
the bachelor party before the wedding is just always a shit show. Somebody's always sad. Somebody's always angry. Somebody always is complaining they spend too much money.
In your 20s, not anymore.
In
your 30s, nobody cares. Like in your 20s, everybody's like on a timeline. They all want to get married, or like a lot of them do, and so they're like, there's like jealousy.
Oh yeah, there's like jealousy,
and then there's like people that are sad too because they don't have the relationship they used to have with you. In your 30s, everybody's over that shit.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
You can just have a fun girls' weekend, and like whoever shows up, and whoever doesn't, and you don't even have to really celebrate. I don't know, in the way you used to, where it's like, I think it's just more because like you're not really giving it.
Has anybody ever had a good bachelorette party?
I think people have, and I think they were older.
Does it say something about the people we surround ourselves with?
Well, we can't even talk about one of the bachelorette parties because it was so bad.
It was so bad.
I can't even. Yeah,
it was so bad because it just was like so much drama.
It was so much.
We
drama.
were actually we were not the cause of the drama.
We weren't. Thank God. I mean, but to be an observer is almost worse.
Yeah, to be an observer
because. Oh my gosh.
No,
but like to say something without saying everything. We had gone to like a Magic Mike strip show. And
which I was like,
the bride was basically having sex with one of the.
Was she?
It was dry, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Whose pants were on. Okay. But like, we were observing, like they took her away from us and we were just watching it happen. And all of us were like, should we step in? Like, is this too much?
Oh,
like
yikes.
Do you not remember this?
I think that by that time, that was when we were even a little bit older. I as we've gotten older, I've tried to take the route of I don't care if anyone else is having a good time. I'm gonna have a good time, so I'm gonna just focus
Also,
on me.
I will
I
say,
really didn't focus on her.
what I did not like about that one also is that, and I've seen so many bachelorette parties like this, so I'm not just like ripping apart this one because it really was planned really, really well.
It was planned well.
It was planned really well. The events were like
Everything you'd want.
unpredictable. Like we could have never predicted the way it ended up. It was like the movie The Hangover, you know, like where like things just got out of control, and like it was just like episode after episode after episode, and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
But the thing is so funny is that like with guys, if they go out for bachelor parties, I think it does get that wild, but it's like the girls add an emotional element that's
Crazy.
so much worse. It's like it's not just like things that happen, it's like the emotional element of reactions.
I
And it's like
remember
that causes so much drama.
at one point we met up with the boys that
my
were
God.
in the same town, and we went to oh god, what is it called? Coyote Ugly for like a split second. And I remember them being like, Katie, you're really sober. And I was like, I feel like, you know, when you're in like survival mode, you like snap back into sober.
Like, because something is going to happen and I need to be able to take care
like
of it.
it's like all of a sudden nothing. It's adrenaline.
You can't get a strong enough drink. You're like, I wish I could party right now, but I know something's going to go wrong.
It definitely is adrenaline where you're automatically like sober again, and that's where I was at. And so, but so where was I going with this? The one thing that I would say that I do not condone and I would not advise unless for other girls it's fine. I'm a strict believer that if you have a wedding or if you have a bachelorette, you allow everybody to wear whatever the fuck they want to wear to feel hot and beautiful and sexy and comfortable.
Okay.
And this one particularly, she got wigs for everybody, and like we had to wear these wigs together, and I've seen so many people do this. I'm not here for it.
Like Katie was like, I feel like I'm so
like
ugly.
I want my hair. Like I'm not doing the wigs anymore for somebody. I'm not putting on an outfit because like everybody's wearing it unless like I've approved it.
Or no, but like we all put on outfits for your divorce party.
But there's so much leeway with that because I said just pick any Taylor Swift outfit. It's like when you say just pick any pink dress. And like you can pick the style, you can pick like if it's dark and twisted or if it's sparkly and fancy. Like there's
like as long as you feel good about yourself.
As long as you feel good, I want you to be comfortable because what is sexy is people that are happy in what they're wearing. And that one specifically, we had tight leggings on and we had wigs on, and I felt so disgusting the whole night.
I know. Katie didn't like style her wig.
Because I'm just not here for it. It's just not me.
It's just like lying on her.
I would rather. I
mean, because it was a red wig. We all had red wigs. And I'm like braided mine to make it like a mermaid. Like I really liked mine, but you literally just put a mop on your head.
I would rather go bald. Like I would rather not have hair.
Good. I liked it because it was like incognito. Like I was like, ooh, this is like an alter ego. I like it.
I don't know.
But like, you don't like that stuff. But I thought that was actually pretty fun.
So
I love a good theme party. I'm down for.
I like the theme party if I get to pick what the fuck I'm wearing.
Like you can be any version of Britney Spears,
or whatever, or main character energy. We're going to Maine at the end of the summer
for a girls' trip,
and our theme is main character energy. So like, pick a main character.
Yeah, main character energy.
But.
I wonder I wonder what I'm going to be.
Would I
guys send in who you think is a really good main character?
Yeah, who are the best main characters?
There's so many good ones though that like it's going to be really funny to see what people show up as.
Totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'd ever have a bachelorette party again, I would say I will have a party, but I would not call it a bachelorette party.
I'd venture to say your invitation should say this is not a bachelorette
This
party.
is not bachelorette. What is it? An unbirthday birthday? This is an unbachelorette party.
Yeah, this is not a bachelorette party. It's just a party that we're gonna have fun.
It's just a party. It just happens to be all
why? Yeah, girls like get almost like way more crazy when it comes to bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
Guys probably do too, but like I said, I think the emotions adds to it, and also like the pressure to make it good, like is so draining on people.
Totally.
Like, are they having a good time?
I'm not gonna lie, I probably wouldn't have a maid of honor if I got married again either. But that's not like a diss against you.
No,
it's just,
no.
That's another thing that people put pressure on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's unnecessary.
Like, 10 years ago, I would have cared. Today, I don't give a shit. Because I'm like, whatever. Also, I really don't care because I always say my wedding, this is a debatable topic, was not the best day of my life. I fucking hated my wedding. I think the pictures are beautiful. I'm so thankful everybody came together for it, but I was such a stress ball. I could not enjoy it. So me and Adam joke all the time. I mean, I tell him all the time. I'm like, when we are married for 10 years, we're probably going to get remarried again, have our kids with us, and do it alone.
I just rewatched Sex and the City, and Charlotte and Harry kept saying, the worse the wedding, the better the marriage, because their wedding fell apart. And hilarious. I thought that was really cute. It's like they were like, the worse the wedding, the better the marriage.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I do think, like, in a certain regard, in my opinion, the wedding wasn't a big deal to me, and it wasn't a big deal to Adam, but it was a big deal to everybody else. And I think it was kind of a good sign we didn't really care. Like, because we were like, we're gonna, like, our life is what we're excited for.
Yeah, totally.
Like, that's what we're really happy about. But you loved your wedding day.
I did. I really liked.
I don't know how people can love it.
It was just like, you never get everybody you love in one location. And I had everybody I love in one location. And we were all just, we had great food. We were partying. It was just nice to have so much love in one space. It didn't have to do with, I mean, I don't know. I think that's just like a beautiful sentiment. I do think that I waver on the fact that, like, I've been married before. If I do it again, in the way that I did it in the past, like actually have the ceremony and like the after party to the extent, and that's where I'm like, it really just depends, because a part of me is like, I should sell if I have found like love this time, I should celebrate that. Like, what better reason to celebrate that? But then at the same time, I realize how much money goes into it all, and you're like, now we're like in real life, that money can be better utilized elsewhere. And like,
yeah, but now also I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you can like have a good wedding without spending a ton of money.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably like a nice compromise somewhere.
Yeah. I think I would love, like, my ideal of a perfect wedding at this age would be that my kids get to be there.
Oh,
like, that's such a cool thing.
I love the videos of the little kids at their parents' wedding, and like their children running up to them.
Those are the cutest parts.
Videos.
Yeah, I have a friend who, they had kids together, and then she didn't get married until, I don't know, like their kids were older, and the fact that their kids got to be in the freaking wedding, I'm like, that is so special. That's such a good memory for them.
I think that must be like a wonderful way for a child to see somebody else committing to somebody else, like, and like understand it
and realizing like the love between them.
Yeah,
because like everyday life, sometimes I feel like our kids, they see us working together as a team, but only when you're an adult you reflect and you're like, oh, my parents really treated each other well, they really loved each other.
Yeah.
And like as a kid to see like, oh my gosh, like they're getting married, they love each other, because like kids only know like what Disney movies show them, right?
And could you imagine too, like, now people have wedding videos that they could show their children, but like for a child, if I heard mom and dad's speeches to each other, I think that would be really special. It would be really sweet to understand like what's possible, like what commitment looks like, what real love looks like,
what they've been through
Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty powerful for a child.
See, I'm very pro like recommitment ceremonies. Maybe mom and dad need to have one.
They should. They really should, because they're on 41 years.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, now they have to wait until like 45. You have to do it on like an even number.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that realistically, I will probably get married one day. But I don't know. Like I said, the reality of like what I think was important to spend money on is a lot different now.
Yeah.
Although I'd still want a really good dress.
Yeah, for sure.
If I could have a really good dress and just like get married in the backyard, that's fine with me.
That's so funny that like, and you want like cute pictures and
it's stuff that you want, like, and I want like
you want to keep.
Yeah, right, exactly. The important stuff for us. Yeah.
I think a lot of women do say, though, after they get married, like all these years later, they're like, oh, I wish my dress was different. Like they're not completely happy with their dress.
It becomes more real, like how you don't really get that many opportunities in life to wear a fancy dress.
Yeah. Also,
You know?
also, like, I think when you're young and in your 20s and you're getting married, so many opinions are thrown out to you that you listen to. And I think the highlight of getting married when you're older is like you just really want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And like you're gonna pick a dress that you love. You don't give a shit what other
Oh my
people.
God, I would almost love
You'd
to,
almost
like,
not like go with anybody.
I've thought about this before. I think I've told you about this, but like, because I really just want to wear like a ball gown, I would love to like ask everybody to wear a ball gown.
Talk about high demands.
But wouldn't everybody have so much fun with that? Like getting to pick one out?
A ball gown, they're like
Like,
$400.
I'm not, it doesn't have to be a ball gown, but I'm just thinking, maybe it's just because I got done watching Bridgerton.
Yeah, it's because you just watched Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Although I will say it would be really fun.
That would be so fun.
And Susie, my kids would freaking, oh my God, can you imagine the twins in ball gowns?
Oh my God.
That would be so cute.
It
Oh
would
my
be so
gosh,
cute.
can we do that?
We're just going to have a ball gown party. It's not going to be a wedding.
I'm going to let everybody wear poofy ball gowns and I'm going to wear a skin tight dress.
Our next girls trip, we'll just get ball gowns and like sit and drink wine together.
Main character energy, but you have to be a Disney princess.
Oh, and you, yes, yeah, totally.
You have to wear a ball gown.
Oh, that actually gives me a phenomenal reason to buy a ball gown.
What?
I'll do it for my main character energy.
Oh, well, darn. Then I guess we're both coming in.
Ball gown.
Oh my God, no, I want to be a villain.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I would like to be a villain.
I don't know any villains with good hair.
That's true. Like, I'm thinking of like Yzma, and it's like up here.
I was thinking
Like,
Rapunzel's mother has really good hair,
Yeah,
but she's not
like,
in
I
a
can't do
pretty
that.
gown or anything.
Yeah. Nah, well, I'm thinking of like the horns.
Oh,
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know. If anybody
Bachelorette party.
if anybody
they're a
has
disaster.
really fun bachelorette stories, we would love to hear them.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you been to a bachelorette that you like? I'm trying to think.
yeah,
There was one I really liked.
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
But I would venture to say not all of them were the safest.
Oh, like which one?
I mean, for me, back in my 20s, I wasn't making really good choices.
Oh yeah.
Like, which one? Which one was safe? I don't know.
I don't know either. Honestly, there's been some divine intervention. I'm very happy that we made it through our 20s.
I talk to my college roommates about that all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
definitely divine intervention. I do believe in guardian angels because, like, some of the positions we put ourselves in. Yeah. Okay. So when you get remarried, we're not having a bachelorette party for you. We're just gonna
have a lot of parties.
Am I gonna have to plan anything? Like,
no, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm not doing it.
See, I like that. Yeah. If you're not making me a bridesmaid or maid of honor, then I'm not planning anything.
If I like realistically needed to have bridesmaids, because
don't have bridesmaids.
But like, yeah, but like, I don't know if it just depends on like what my partner would want, and like, I just, there's no pressure. I feel like at this age, there's no pressure on anything. Like, it's like, let's just everybody show up, have a great time, and celebrate.
For sure.
I feel like that's all that needs to happen.
Yeah, like do your own makeup.
Also, because makeup artists sometimes make you look like a dead person.
I look like a crazy person.
So many,
in my wedding photos, I look like a crazy. It doesn't look like me. Like I don't like how they did my makeup.
No, it's not always the best.
Just do your own makeup, do your own hair, feel cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for your next wedding because I think it's going to be a lot of fun because there's not going to be all these pressures. We're all going to be like having a great time.
Yeah, people don't even have to feel pressured to come, you know? Like, that's the best thing about being old.
Katie's like, I actually don't want anyone there. So it's not going to be a...
I don't even know if I'm going to get there. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
If I could redo my wedding, it would just be me, Adam, and
the kids.
And maybe like a couple.
Like your parents. You would want mom and dad.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
Well, like mom and dad, like, I feel like... If it was my first time, then yeah, I'd have like maybe 10 people there. But like I wouldn't have like a big...
What are like icks when it comes to like weddings? Like where you're like, ugh. Because I can think of a couple.
I don't know. I've seen like hot pink bridesmaid dresses and I thought that was disgusting.
I hate when people are like...
Or the bride tries to make everyone else ugly.
Who does that?
But people do.
People do that. I know. I've heard that. I just like that's so sad and weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have gorgeous friends. Like I have hot.
I
friends.
feel like if you're standing next to your gorgeous friends, you feel even more gorgeous. That's
I
how
think
feel.
I agree. I
What is
completely
your
agree.
ick?
When they say that they're giving away their daughter.
Oh yeah.
Like when the dad says he's
well,
giving
that's
her
like
away.
also at age 35. It doesn't really make sense.
Now it's like yeah, the jig is up. I've
Yeah.
had sex and I have also had
Also,
a
like
child.
you're not like giving them away. Like
No.
it's not like they're like leaving home for you.
Yeah, I also, and I've always wanted to like, yeah, the white dress. I understand, like it's like pretty white dress, but like I don't know if I'd wear white again. Maybe I would. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then,
Well, like I think
Another
the reason
ick-
the white dress is like fun though too, just besides the spiritual element of it, is because you don't really have an excuse to wear white otherwise.
right, totally.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
I do like
because at other people's wedding you can't wear it.
yeah, I like when I've seen people like where they
All
do
wear white, and
everybody
that
wears
is
white,
so pretty.
and that's really pretty.
Yeah, like I think so too.
Another ick. Oh, this is a big one. If the man shoves the cake in the woman's face.
I told Adam like when they were like cutting the cake, I like told him, I was like, if you put that in my face, there is going to be a fight.
I don't think
I
it's
did not.
funny
No,
at
I don't
all.
think it's funny. I don't think it's cute. Do you know how long that girl just sat and got makeup put on her face for? And you still have pictures afterward.
Yeah, I think
what is cute about that? That is bullying.
Yeah, I don't like it. It grosses me out.
No, I agree. We had a big discussion about that before our wedding, and like we didn't do that, and I just don't think that's cute at all.
The crazy thing is at mine, we forgot we even had a cake. We were partying and having such a good time. We didn't even cut the cake until like 5 minutes before the party was over because we totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a sign of a good party. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else? That
the cake smashing is a big one.
thing. Yeah,
that is a big one.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like? No, I already know your answer.
What?
I was gonna say weddings without kids.
Oh, you know my answer to that?
Yeah, I think you'd say ship it. Like
ship it?
Like you're like for it. Like yeah, that makes sense. Like do what you gotta do.
Oh, I could. Yeah, I think I agree that if people don't want children there, I think that's an understandable request.
I think so too.
But I do think it's better to allow children at the ceremony and then just not allow them at the reception. I think I like the middle ground there. Like allow them to come to the ceremony and then like send them home with their babysitters for the reception.
But the ceremony almost is like harder to have kids at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to sit through.
Yeah.
Like a party would be easier to have kids at.
But like there's like drinking and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think I personally, I'm trying to think. We have so many friends that have kids now that I don't know if I'd ever say like no to kids.
At this point though, most parents would be like, I want the time away.
No,
most
yeah, you don't even need to put the disclaimer because most couples, if they have kids, they're like, I'm gonna find a babysitter because I want to come alone.
Yeah.
Like that's the reality that we are in now.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't even need to put that out there. Like
1,000%.
you don't need to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Truly. Just say like what time it's at. If it's like from like 8 to midnight, they'll be like, yeah, we definitely need to find a sitter.
Yeah, it's definitely informed by the timing.
Yeah, for sure.
Without putting the note on I think it's kind of tacky to put the note on the invitation or
like how do you say that nicely? Like no kids allowed?
Adults only.
Adults only. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think the timing alone implies it kind of.
I agree.
I don't know if you necessarily have to say anything, and I also really do think that most people with children these days would love the time away, like the night to themselves.
Yeah.
That like you almost don't really have to say anything.
Yeah. And if kids come, it's not like they're going to stay there
It's
until
not like
midnight.
the end of the world. You're not going to be babysitting them.
I don't even remember the children that came to my wedding, honestly. Like, I don't remember where they were by the end of the night. Like, they probably all went home early, and I
remember where they were because they were all sitting on a couch looking at their cell phones.
playing games. But they all left relatively early.
They did,
You know what I mean? Like, they don't, like, stay for the, you know,
we have to wrap up because we're already over time.
All right. So, anyway, yay or nay, getting married again?
I don't know if you need to be married. Okay, so I'm
talking personally for you, Katie.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't think that I need to be married again to feel committed to somebody. But if I do get married again, it's going to be the party of the century.
So I hope you do. I hope you do get married again. Then we all get to wear ball
And I'll
gowns,
get a pretty dress.
and she'll get a pretty dress. It'll be like all she wants. You're like, I don't even want a ring. I just want the dress. I'm also pro getting married again.
Sally wants to have a vow renewal.
I'm having a vow renewal.
I want us to do that for mom and dad. I do think mom and dad should do that.
Yeah, I think they should too.
But yeah, no, I think, and I honestly think everybody, if our best friend, who she knows who she is, if she listens, she doesn't, her husband does.
Devin,
if you'd like to have a vow renewal, could you?
Oh.
Because we would love to come and celebrate you.
Their wedding was an honor to go to. Like, I truly was like, thank you so much for letting us come to your wedding. Like, we're best friends.
She had the best. This is the
bachelorette party that we loved.
I can say this without over exaggerating. She had the best bachelorette party and the best wedding I've ever been to.
I know.
So you know what? I hope that means she's having the best marriage.
Yeah. No, she literally, I'm not even kidding you. I remember Adam and I talking about it. We're like, we're so privileged to be invited to this because they like basically rented out a whole island.
We have spent our entire life being friends with this person.
Yeah. So anyway, I remember like they rented out a whole island basically. It was insane. It was all like candlelit.
It was very like much like a movie.
The most magical thing I've ever experienced. And I remember being like, we're just so lucky to be invited. And like, it's hilarious because we're like literally best friends with this, but it was just like this person, but it was so incredible that I was just like, thank you for inviting me.
It felt like we were part of Sex and the City.
It felt like I was part of like, even better than Sex in the City.
What's better than Sex
Although
in the City?
There was like really fun things happening at that wedding too. Like everyone was having sex in the bathrooms.
I didn't.
Oh well.
Yeah, I didn't.
Anyway, we'll have to tell that story later because that's a really funny wedding story. There were so many fun things happening there.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. Thank you for inviting us.
Speaking of tequila and jalapeno, that's what I was drinking there.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She had spicy margaritas.
Oh. See, every detail was so good. Yeah, this wedding was out of this world. So anyway, I'm excited for Katie's future wedding. I'm probably going to have a future wedding too.
I feel like I need to tell my partner not to listen to this episode.
Oh my God. If you don't refer to him by his fucking name.
I'm going to, when we come back from St. Augustine, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to start talking about you by your name.
He wants to be on the podcast, Katie. I think you're shielding him for a reason he doesn't even know. He's like, why aren't you saying my name yet? All right, so marriage again, yes. Bachelorette party, no. But like a party, but not a bachelorette party.
But you know what's so weird? I don't want to prolong this, but I actually feel like it's easier to say yes to wedding. It's harder to say yes to marriage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so true.
Okay, we just opened up a can of worms.
I actually, when you were afraid
before we have to sign off.
When you were saying you were afraid of getting married again, I always told Adam that. I was like, she should just have the party, but not like legally do it. Damn. Yeah, we're gonna cut there because, like, I guess cliffhanger.
Okay. Well,
we love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Hi everyone, it's Sally. We're gonna leave our story there for today and pick up next week on Twin Study After Dark. If you've enjoyed our podcast today, please rate, review, and subscribe. We'll meet again next week for more Twin Studies. Bye.